All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's Brother Shathir from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this sit down was inspired by, I believe the brother's name is Amwan Gabar, and the brother in New York, I think his page, or one of his pages is GMS. I think it's Awakenings 144. But very diligent brother, does a lot of edifying videos. I highly recommend you subscribe to his channel. But nonetheless, I was watching some of his video and he was explaining about how he had a vision where it was talking about he saw all these things taking place, and in the end of his vision, it was a voice popped in his head and it said, this is pretty much where the confusion starts, roughly paraphrasing. And it's not a coincidence that the Lord gave that brother a vision, especially that particular vision. And it reminded me of, I can't remember which one of these elites said this, but coming towards the end of the year 2023, this guy got up on the podium and said that the world has to now prepare itself because we're now, like next year, we're going to be entering the year of the Polycrisis. Okay. And I thought that was a very interesting term. So let me just look that up real quick. We're just going to do we'll just do the regular dictionary. So poly, many, synonyms, many, multi, okay? So many, multi, and then I want to get the word crisis. It says a crisis. It says a crucial or decisive point or situation, a turning point, an unstable situation in political, social, economic, or military affairs, especially one involving an impeding abrupt change. In medicine, a sudden change in the course of a disease, usually at which point the patient is expected to either recover or die. Psychology, a traumatic or stressful change in a person's life. A point in a drama at which a conflict reaches a peak before being resolved. Okay, so these elites, or this elite guy, when he got on the podium, he was explaining and telling the public outright, we are about to enter a year of poly, many, or multi, crucial or decisive point or situations, a turning point, or an unstable situation in political, social, economic, or military affairs, especially one involving an impeding and abrupt change. A traumatic or stressful change in a person's life. Okay, so we're entering a time where we're going to have many situations that are going to cause instability or an abrupt change in the way that we all live our current life. Okay, and like I said, when you watch the brother's video, he explains how there was just so many situations and so much information coming out. It's almost like an overstimulus, if I could kind of sum it up, but it was like an overstimulus or oversaturation of so many events and information that it got to the point where people just really didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, and that's something that you can see right now happening in the world. Okay, we're at a time where they're talking about the economy, they're talking about migrants, they're talking about the implantable device. Okay, they talking about the Juicy J. They're talking about blockchain, crypto, the Great Reset. Okay, you got these scandals coming out involving the Pink Elephant crew or people who participate in that lifestyle and things with, persons that are not of a consenting age. We'll just put it like that. Okay, theft, homeless, home crisis, right? Automobile crisis, a retail apocalypse. Is something the truth? Is something not the truth? Is the Bible real? Is it not real? I mean, you got a whole bunch of things going on, and folks are just confused. They really don't know, like, what the hell is going on. And this is why in the time that we are in, especially as that elite guy said, we are entering the time of the polycrisis. Okay, it's more important now than any other time in this truth that we be fully grounded in this truth, as the scripture says. And we're just gonna get some classic Israelite scriptures. Isaiah, 33:6. And it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." Okay, and he made reference, the brother, I believe his name is Amawan Gabar, he made mention of the movie Leave the World Behind. And when you watch that movie, okay, a lot of people had bits and pieces of the truth, some more than others, but at the end of the day, none of them truly knew what was going on, why it was happening. And see, we're living in a time where the truth is going to be the most precious thing that a person can have. Okay, because even the scripture describes, let me see, wisdom. It's a scripture that talks about how important both of those are good. 3 and 15, Proverbs 3 and 15, and Proverbs 8 and 11. Let me see if I might need to scroll up. No, this is good. Proverbs 3 and 15. It says, "She is more precious than rubies." It's talking about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It says, "She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her." Okay, so we're in a time, as I mentioned before, that this truth is going to be the most valuable thing that a person can have. It's going to be the stability of thy time. In a world where, as we read in that definition, polycrisis, that's going to be unstable. We have something that's going to keep us stable in a time where things are going to be unstable, where people are going to walk around confused, not knowing what the hell's going on or why it is happening. Just like in the movie, as he mentioned, Leave the World Behind, you had people of all backgrounds. You had, GH and his daughter. They were wealthy and they were well-to-do. You had Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke. You know, they were your middle class, but they did all right. And then you had your guy like Kevin Bacon, who was the prepper dude. All right. He was probably your average blue collar, hardworking Joe Sixpack guy. All right. So you're going to have people of all nationalities, of all walks of life being engulfed in a situation that their minds are not going to be able to process because they don't have this truth. They don't have something that could keep them grounded. Okay. And if this is supposedly the year of the polycrisis, okay, and these elites are talking about how they need to do things to bring about this great reset, that means these polycrises, for lack of a better phrase, all right, many of these things are merely going to be used as tools for deception. Okay. And if by chance they do tell you the truth, you won't be able to discern what is the truth and what's not the truth. The only way you'll be able to discern the truth is if you are grounded in this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible. Because as the scripture says, if it was possible, I'm going to go with Matthew 24:24. It says, "For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." So we're coming into a time where these elites, all right, and even the Sambos of our people who done took the bag, all right, these guys are going to be doing and saying many things that are going to cause great confusion and instability in a time where the most precious thing that a person is going to be able to have is the truth. And this scripture says that basically, if you're not the elect, you will fall for the okie doke. Plain and simple. If you're not a woman that's linked up with a man of the Lord who just so happens to be the hopeful elect, you will fall for the okie doke. So it's very important, brothers and sisters, that we continue, as the scriptures says, to study to show thyself approved. Okay. Continue to keep reading, praying for more understanding, for breakdowns, just any righteous way to continue to contain and retain this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Bible. All right, because you better believe, as the scripture says, this devil is going to come down with great wrath, knowing he have but a short time. And because he knows he has a short time, he's going to be pulling out all the tricks. Whether it's clean, smooth, sloppy, it's not going to matter. All right, bad Uncle Esau is going to make sure he pulls every single trick out the bag to keep the people blinded to what's really going on. All right. And it's up to us, brothers and sisters that are in this truth, to continue to stay steadfast in this truth, knowing that the time is going to come where we're going to be using this truth, and it's going to pretty much save our life and the ones that we love. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say Shalom.